Hello and welcome to another edition or another episode of Tea with the Duchess with me, your favorite hostess, the Duchess. And today is going to be slightly different because we're actually having pepper soup. We've got this fresh meat pepper soup from Coal City Restaurant in Edmonton, and you guys should definitely come and try it because it's absolutely gorgeous. But having said that, today I've got a great guest with me, and I'm so excited because I'm about to take or embark on this journey with her. And she goes by the name of Sista Mama. I would like to introduce her as a media personality and also a lifestyle coach, whereby she deals on healthy living. So welcome to Tea with the Duchess.
Greetings, Duchess, and I'm very happy to be here. I'm honoured to be here.
Thank you very much. I know I've introduced you, but would you like to, tell our listeners or our viewers, a little bit about yourself, what you do, and let's take it from there.
Right. So yes, I've been involved with media for about 20 years, and my background's BBC World Service on the production side. Drifted in and out of music. I do a bit of DJing. I do a bit of poetry. I brought up 5 children. I had a marriage. I had a marriage that failed. I had a man. I had a man that failed. You know how it go. And basically, I've always had issues with my own weight over the years. I've been brought up in a West Indian family where how you look and how you present yourself is extremely important. And I know you resonate with that from the African side of my heritage. So I can be anything from where I am now, which is about 11 stone, to 2 stone up higher, or maybe 2 stones lower. So because I've had depression that I've always just managed all of my life, I kept thinking there's got to be something else that I could do to try and manage my own health and well-being. So I thought, let me look at what I'm eating. So even though I'm a vegetarian, there are still tweaks I could make to my own diet to make it more successful, and I want something that's lifestyle changing and something that I can continue on. So I thought, I don't even know where I got this information from, but I'm always on the net, and somehow I must have put lifestyle and courses, and because with my children I wanted to find a course where it was online. So I found a course. It's an integrated nutrition well-being coach course, and you can do it as long as you like. I'm intending to do it within a year and a half. And basically that was kind of the impetus for me to think, there's a course out there, there's something that I want to do, but I want something that's going to fit the African Nubian narrative, taking on board us living in a country where we have no sunshine, the food is, it's lightweight food unless you eat our own cultural food. And so I'm developing with who happens to be my son, who's a professional chef, and I'm also working with nutrition on a program kind of on the premise of a kind of Weight Watchers. The only thing that's different with my program, we don't weigh each other. There's no calorie counting. We just kind of have 5 food groups that we have to be aware of. But as we're going on this journey together, I would say to you as a client, basically, what are your realistic health concerns or issues? What are your underlying things? What would you like to visualize yourself doing in 3 months, 6 months, a year's time? Some people might be traveling. It might be a wedding coming up. It might be to have more energy. It might to have more sexual potency. It might get more vitalized, more energy. Maybe eating less meat, introducing more raw and more vegetables into the diet. Looking at the province of food, where food comes from. I mean, look at the news. Look what's going on in the news at the moment. It couldn't be more apt, really.
Yeah.
We don't know what's in our food. Whether it's donkey meat, tail of a lion, we have no idea what's inside the food that we're eating. So my thought is, let's gently, caringly look at what we're eating, see how we can adjust it. Again, as a client, I would say to you, do you have any contraindications, as in, are there any health issues, are there pending surgeries? Is there something that we would need to, because each program is tailored to your needs. I know, like you, I'm parents, we have very busy lives, and we skip meals sometimes, and we don't have breakfasts, and so it's just some very simple tools that I'm introducing to my clients, so that they are, within a year's time, they can, even if you drop off or things happen, as we discussed, you fancy a Mars bar,
I know,
you eat that Mars bar, you enjoy that Mars bar, but rather than beating yourself about it and continue to unconsciously eat, you'll be more conscious of your eating and saying, right, I desired that, I ate that, and I'm going to, that moment was then, and now I'm in another moment. Again, the program I'm developing is going to be on very numerous strands. It can be from how holistic do you want to be? Do you want a group or a trainer to come in and look at the layout of your home, almost feng shui your home, look at your cupboards, look at what you're cleaning with, what's in your cupboards, what sort of foods you've got. And then what I say are the 5 food groups, because I said I'm tasting the program on myself, and that are no-nos basically, or we have to switch them up or try and eat less of them. As a Caribbean and African diet, we love our meat, we love our fish. You know, the reality is maybe we just need to get the best quality that we can, and maybe eat less of it. Because I know when I lived at home with my mum, we had meat every day. We might have had fish at Easter and fish every so often, but meat. Every day we have the meat. But at least the meat 20 odd years ago was not the type of meat
we're having now.
And we're not back home, so we have to do the best. It's about being realistic with what we've got. I try to work with people and say, right, switch from white bread to wholemeal brown bread. White flour, similarly, you can make dumplings and all sorts of cakes and whatever, and you can use the brown flour, wholemeal flour, and you really will not taste any difference, any intrinsic difference, but at least it's doing the body good. Another thing is white pasta. Change it to brown wholemeal pasta. Again, once you cooked it up and you season it, because you know how we like to season our food. We can't eat no bland food. We're not English. Not at all. Right? So once you season your food to taste how you like it, that's one of the things we think about. Another thing is, so we've done the pasta, we've done the rice, we've done the flour, but the worst thing of all is cheese.
Wow.
The way how cheese is in the body and how it coats the organs, it's just a food group we should not be eating, full stop. And on top of another thing is soya. Any type of soya products we should not be eating, full stop, because soya really is a chemically manufactured food that's been produced under the guise that this food it's good for you. But to be quite honest, if you're going to eat soya, you might as well be eating a cardboard container or the box or the packaging that comes in it. There's no intrinsic value to the body with soya products. Okay,
because someone like me, I am lactose intolerant, and obviously soya milk has been kind of like introduced to me as something that would be better for me, and I actually take a lot of that. So you're saying that it's not really doing me any good?
I think people forget about a few years ago when we had the scare with all the soya, and then all of a sudden soya became cheap to buy, because when soya products first came out, it was very expensive. Soya, the way it was, the whole batch of soya products was infected, so it went through the whole of the food chain. Now, how they disposed or didn't dispose of that food, I have no idea. And if soy was such a good food product, why is it that vegetarians of 12 years are getting fibroids and all these other health issues when we're told that this is a good product to have? There are alternatives, but because we don't know. I'm a person, I like my tea. So I've tried every sort of milk, and the milk I find the nearest to cow's milk is coconut milk, which you can get in that kind of container, about 135, 165. I always just juggle around to see which is the cheapest. You've got coconut milk, you've got rice milk, you have wheat milk, almond milk. So there are alternative plant-based milks that you can buy. And again, to taste, you have to just try to see what your preference is. But cheese is not... A lot of problems with the body as well, it's how you break the food down. So if you're not eating, you have a stressful life, you're not having enough roughage in your diet, your digestive system may be messed up, you're not even passing the food. If one food goes in, one must come out. So again, these are all to do with digestion. So we have to try and cleanse the body, try and kind of revitalize the taste buds, and kind of readjust how we look at food. Do we eat to live, or do we live to eat? So that's kind of a mantra.
Okay, I know we've been on this subject of food. What do you think about this pepper soup?
It's gorgeous, sis. It's fabulous, but with my lightweight self, my English side of myself, it's a bit spicy for me.
But it's pepper soup.
I mean, I could feel the lining of my throat hole burning off as it was going down. And again, I would suggest anybody who has a cold, influenza, come true, because you don't need no Beecham's powder. This will set you nice.
I know, you just chase the cold away.
But it is good. It's just I'm a bit lightweight when it comes to spicy food.
But you do approve?
I approve. It's gorgeous.
Wow.
It's my stamp of approval on it.
Wow. So this is going to be part of my diet now.
Absolutely.
Wow. So I know you were talking earlier about all the different benefits people could get from going on the holistic diet. And you did mention about like with the energy levels going up, because I believe I need more energy in my life at this point in time. So when people do come to you and they're like, okay, I'm suffering from like, I'm having too much headaches, I'm a bit lethargic, what kind of food would you encourage them to avoid?
I would say come off as many meat products as possible. You know, again, especially if you want to be vitalized, especially sexually, sensually. I call them the nasal foods. And what I meant by the nasal foods are, you need to get the mangoes, the papayas, you know, all the very nutritious foods that we would get back home. Now, people are like, oh my God.
I know. Oh my face already went like that.
Eyebrow go up. You don't need Botox, it just went up. Right? But the reality is, we need to get more raw food.
Yeah.
And it's in its best state as well. I mean, there's no point in buying fruit that's like £1 a bowl, and then it's all going manky in your fridge, and you're thinking, I'll eat that. To get the nutrition and the energy from the food, you need to eat it at its point of best sale, basically. So again, not everybody is able to go shopping 3 times a week or shop daily, but again, this is not about beating people over the head, this is about being realistic. So again, if you want to vitalize your sensuality, wake up your taste buds, look at what you're eating. You know, it's about reconnecting with food. Food is a pleasure, it's an enjoyment, it's a social thing, but at the same time, we don't want to be eating to kill ourselves. You know, we have to wake up to what's going on with the food around us, the province of food, where food comes from. So this is what I'm saying to people, you know, please wake up. You know, life is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. You know, we want quality in our lives. You know, we want a quality man, we want a quality life, we want quality surroundings, quality experiences. And without your health, what do you have?
You know, you mentioned that your son is a chef, and I went like, doesn't even look old enough to have a child that's old enough to be a chef.
Well, girlfriend, you know black don't crack. Let me say it again. Girlfriend, you know black don't crack. I'm 49 years old. I'll be 50 at the end of the year. I have 5 children from 26, 25, 22, 12 and 6.
Wow.
And if I was a bit younger, I may have popped another one out. So I'm putting the affirmation out there. Grandchildren. But the reality is my 3 older children are so career-minded. That's not going to be anyone's reality for now.
But the thing is, I feel really comfortable taking advice from you, knowing that you look the way you do, and I want to look like you when I get to your age. It's really good. And then I know you also do all these other things, and like you DJ, you do your poetry. Can you drop us a line or two, something to encourage our viewers?
I'm going to sing something really quickly for you.
Okay.
Go
on.
Well, I want to tell you people, and I want to tell the world that I'm free from all this loneliness that life rains down on me, because I've opened up my eyes and I've looked to the Most High, and He's blessed me and forgiven me from the loneliness inside, 'cause I'm free. Yes, I'm free. Yes, I'm free. You know I believe to be me.
Ooh,
I'm warmed up.
I love that. Oh, that's really nice. It's so amazing having you come down today. I know we've been really, really trying to find like that perfect timing to have you down, and I'm so excited. But what I would do is maybe in a couple of months' time, bring you back, maybe for you to do a review on how far I'm doing, whether I'm good or not, and then we can, you know, give people more tips. Because I know a lot of people that are really, really hungering for attention and for knowledge, and hungering to get this kind of a thing going, and how they can get that journey and see maybe where I'm now and where I would be in a couple of months' time, and then we can.
Perfect example. You're a working woman. You are what everyone else aspires to be and doing. So we can take this journey together. And anybody else who wants to get involved, email me at Montgomery_Slaine@yahoo.co.uk. MONTGOMERY_Slaine@yahoo.co.uk. or you can come through on Facebook on Slaine, Slaine, Mont, M-O-N-T, Mont, M-O-N-T, or come through to Duchess and she'll hook you up. We can all take this kind of journey,
together.
Health and well-being journey together. So
thank you very much. I have to say massive thank you to Sista Mama for joining us today, and also a massive thank you to Coal City for this lovely pepper soup that we have in front of us. And whatever you're doing, you guys have to make out time and come down here. It's absolutely gorgeous food, and we'll leave the address at the end of this show. And also a massive thank you to Brian Wood, and you'll see all the pictures of today's show and our previous shows on www.brianwoodphotographer.com. Thank you very much, and whatever you're doing, stay blessed. Bye.